The Isle 95.9.
Show business is the business at the hour of the hour right now. It's 5 minutes gone past the hour of 11, and we have a special guest. Just a little something special put together for you. Let's talk about the business of music. The creative economy has been booming in recent times. Afrobeats has taken Nigeria to another level globally, and so a lot of people are exploring the business aspect of it. It's because it's beyond the artists. You have the makeup artists, you have the producers, you have the road managers, you have the managers, you have the A&R, you have so many people that work behind the scenes to make your hottest music what it is.
Yes, that's right. Again, it's a whole ecosystem of creatives coming together to amplify music in Africa. And of course, we're going to be spotlighting that on show business like we always do. We're going to be looking at inside the business of music, the strategy behind the sound that you hear and that you enjoy. And we have a very special guest in the studio. We call him Mazi, but his name is Igbokwe Amaechi Dandric. He's here and we're going to be talking about the music industry. He has worn many hats in the music space, from being a music executive to an A&R to digital media strategist and also an entrepreneur. But we're going to start from the beginning. Before we move any further, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
We know about the logistical issues that you had before coming here.
Yes, there was a bit of a tough one getting here, traffic.
Yeah, and all of that.
Lagos as always.
Yeah.
On the one hand, but
at least welcome. You're here now.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you for making it down.
Yes, please.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about your background. You have a very diverse background, especially even educationally, from digital media to cybersecurity, product management, project management, and even psychology. How have these qualifications shaped the way you approach the music business and artist development today?
So originally, it wasn't really about the music. I wasn't really tilting towards the direction in the first instance.
Yeah.
However, I've always had a passion for anything digital.
Okay.
Be it cybersecurity, be it social media.
Yeah.
Even when Instagram wasn't really a thing, just had this
knack for it.
Knack for it. Obviously, on the one hand. To answer the question, I wouldn't really say that all of the education or all of the certifications that I currently have has played a major role, being that in the music is a ever changing industry. It's constantly changing, new things. What might have worked yesterday might not work tomorrow.
Absolutely.
But I would say that it is. I mean, it's an added advantage that I have all of those certifications and I have all of those technical know-how on the one hand.
But I would say that having a certification in psychology will help you understand the behavior.
Yes, behavior. Seeing as you're handling, you have to deal with human beings, people on a day-to-day basis. I would say yes, that that has played a very, very big role. And but it's not without its mistakes or
of course,
on the one hand, but I would say yes.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay, so let's go to music for a little bit, because apparently you have quite the career. You've worked with major platforms from Sound City, Africa, Spice TV, Chic Magazine, so much more. But how have all of these experiences prepared you for what you are doing currently, your current roles?
Right. So, like you mentioned in the beginning of this, basically, there are different components within music, right? And for the most part, you being on one part of it basically doesn't necessarily mean that you understand how the entire ecosystem works. Yeah. So, but I would say that it is an introduction to music on the one hand. So I like to arrange things in a particular way. So I like to put them in components, digital and offline.
Okay.
You understand where I'm coming from? So anything that has to do with social media, digital media within music is on the digital end.
Yeah.
Your TV, your radio is on the offline end. Your DJs and the likes, all offline.
Yeah.
Right? So, I would say yes, it is a bit of an introduction into music. However, we would most likely get into all of those basically on the one hand, but I would say yes, it really did play a big role in introducing me to this space.
Okay, can we, because one of the things I love upcoming artists don't really know much about is, what goes into distribution, licensing, and publishing. There basically seems to be a knowledge gap for many upcoming artists out there. This is something that you and your company, you do and you're well versed in. How can you just shed some light on what goes into that for upcoming artists out there that are listening?
Right, so to put it plainly, most artists do not even know that there's anything like publishing or sync.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Only because up until recently, it wasn't so popular. Not many people knew. Even entertainment lawyers, even A&R people, you would ordinarily say yes, they are well versed in the industry, or the practices within the industry. Basically, people don't know.
Yeah.
The major focus is, once you say royalties, the one thing they are thinking about is Apple Music, Spotify. Let me just make money from Apple Music, Spotify. But I'll tell you point blank, that's not where the real money is.
Okay.
This is good that you're making money from Spotify, Apple Music, and the likes. However, the real money is not there. The real money is on the publishing and sync side.
Okay.
You understand where I'm coming from, basically? But most people don't know that. When you tell people, prepare a split sheet.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, okay, you want to collect your shares on the royalties. And that's the only question they will ask you ordinarily. But a split sheet comprises of different components. It's technically saying, let's put it plainly this way. What makes a song is lyrics and beat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, that is 50-50 on two sides, making it 100%.
Yeah.
Right? Now, the lyrics was written by a writer, the artist. The beat was done by the producer. You know where I'm coming from? So two components meeting to become one. We like to call it a composition. It is not yet a master yet. Yeah. But it is a composition.
Okay.
So the lyrics and beat makes up a composition. The lyrics, you can't, it's 50-50. It's two sides to a coin. 50% belongs to the producer, 50% belongs to the writer, right? The moment the artist vocalizes directly, it becomes a master. So when most people say, "Oh, my master," what they are talking about technically is a song. Yeah. You understand where I'm coming from? Once it becomes a master, that's when you start talking about distribution. Okay. And you want to send it out to Apple Music and the like. Obviously, you can't send just the beat and lyrics without vocals.
Obviously not. Yeah.
To to your DSPs and the like. So the difference is what I've just explained. Lyrics, beats, composition. Together, they're just compositions. Once the artist vocalizes on top of it, basically, it becomes a song. It becomes master.
Can you break it? I say I'm an artist, for example. I've met a producer. I'm working. Maybe OmoBea is my producer. Antonia is my writer. How would I ordinarily just like split it equally?
How would you ordinarily split it? Yeah. So let's put it this way.
And who owns the music? Who can say I own this?
Nobody. Yeah. Who can lay claim to it?
Whoever paid for the production owns the music. Whoever says everybody should come, let's make music.
Oh, okay.
Most likely owns the music technically. Yeah. Right. However, you can as well say, how best to put this? It becomes complex when you start to have those conversations about split sheet when there are more people. Yeah. It's easier to say, me and you come together, we make music. You write the song, I make the beat. Right? I vocalize it, you vocalize it, I make the beat. The song is out. Now, take for example, we are 4 in number. Yes. There are 2 producers, 2 writers. Or take for example, there's 1 producer, 1 instrumentalist. And you technically just wrote some part of the song. She wrote some part of the song. We have 50-50 on both sides. Yeah. So the producer would have to, based off of the contributions that the instrumentalist, put in play, he would now say, when the split is being made, he will say, okay, you know what? You take 5% on the publishing, based off of the fact that you played the guitar. Yeah. Right? And then she just did 1 verse. let's assume OmoBea did just one verse, and you did the other. You wrote the other parts of the record.
Yeah.
So what you would say technically is, you would take more, obviously, because you wrote most of the record.
Yeah.
And she take 10-15%, depending on what her management negotiate on the one end. But everybody has a particular share, and all of this, if she did not voice, that's a different conversation entirely. She will only be entitled to publishing rights, by virtue of the fact that she wrote. But if she did not vocalize the record, she's not entitled to any mechanical rights.
Okay. So she can't go out there and say, I own the song, obviously not.
No, she can only take credit for the contributions that she put in the record, right? Yeah. She would obviously have the right to say, you need to give me credit for this record, except it was agreed expressly that, parties would ordinarily not, but ordinarily you have to, it has to be on record. It has to be on record. It's just technically what you guys decide on.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Coming from
those agreements.
Publishing rights, mechanical rights, different dynamics to that conversation basically. But you need to understand the basics to get it. But most artists these days, they don't really, they just want to go into the studio and just record. Yeah. Right? Let me just make music. The technicalities of the business side, and the funny part is that the best possible way to explain it to artists these days is to say, you know what? Let's focus on the distribution side. Just, you own the masters. Majority of deals that most labels come, let's say for example, I'm a label, right? And you're an artist. And I say, listen, I give you a contract. Technically, majority of those contracts are, let me bring the money, you bring the talent. Let's make money. Let's exploit. However, the components of that particular deal or that particular contract would most likely be that the label will own master rights. Okay. Which means that you technically don't own anything.
Hey, wait. Is that fair? Would you say, as somebody, would you say that's fair to the artist?
Is what the person said.
That's the reason why, even at the very beginning, you need to look at the fine print. So it might look like a really, really juicy deal, and I tell most people basically, your stardom or you blowing up is that fast.
All right.
You could wake up tomorrow morning, and the video that you didn't want to post originally is what is catching fire currently on the digital space, and people jump into really, 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 really bad deals where they own nothing. I like to call. You see, music is, for artists, music is something that you need to be present for. So if you can no longer jump on stage or, dance on stage, basically, you have nothing except
what you've done.
So ownership of master rights, publishing rights, all of the sync deals that you've done in the past. You understand where I'm coming from, basically? Whoever owns the masters owns those records.
Oh, man. All right.
So what you have as the artist without ownership of masters basically is courtesy to earn on those records.
Like performing live with the song.
Yeah, you could. It's your record, but you don't own the rights. So let's say for example, I own all the masters to Wizkid's materials.
Ooh, that sounds
let's
juicy.
assume that now. And then say, I don't know, a big label comes along and says, would like to license these materials. You understand where I'm coming from? And we would definitely like to make money off them. Can you give us this materials for 10 years? And let's assume they are valuing one record for $1 million on the minimum. And I have 5 records to give out. I own 5 records. I don't need Wizkid to tell me. I don't need his
permission or approval.
To license.
All right.
Because I own masters.
Well, I think that's quite similar to the Taylor Swift situation, that she had to re-record the entire album and make some changes, remaster it so that she can own the rights to it. But there's still a lot more to talk about, and in a bit we'll be wrapping things up. This is the Isle 95.9 FM. You're listening to the to Show Business, and we have with us in the studio Mazi.
The Isle 95.9.
It is show business, the extended cut, this lovely Friday. The Good Nigerian Show gang are still here. Big Daddy MoyoLagos and
OmoBea, OMOBA. Thank you for staying with us. We've been talking about the business of music. A lot of people just, I want to blow. Or some people, I want to blow. Some people, I just want to make money.
but they don't know what split sheet is.
Exactly. And Mazi has been able to bring something, on board as regards the fact that you may sing all the songs, you may have all the hits, but at the end of the day, if you're not business conscious, if you're not wise about the contracts that you sign, you may just be selling your birthright
and end up not owning any of the songs.
And then when you retire and royalties are being paid, you just be there, and then GoFundMe would be opened for you.
Let's hope not. That's rather unfortunate.
I'm just saying.
That's why you should always listen to Show Business. Typically, we do it at 10 a.m. To 11 a.m. every Friday. All right, Chizzy is still here in the studio. We're going to put some finishing touches to this interview. OmoBea?
Yes.
Any last stuff?
Yes, just a quick one. You've worked with, quite some big names. Yeah, you've worked with kind of some big names in the industry. And one would think that what was the first thing that, people like Black Boy AD, AV, Victor AD, Kosi, Diverse, and all of this. What's that one common trait that you look out for, or that you think, has been able to make some of these artists successful? What's that notable trait that you think that, up and coming artists that are listening, they can pick and, emulate one way or the other so that they can, make better decisions?
So I think the one thing coming up with this the one common thing with all of these artists is the fact that on the management, because there are two companies, Longitude Africa and Rebirth. Rebirth is a relatively new company, started out 2 years ago. But Longitude has been in existence since 2017.
All right.
Right. So aside the music, aside you the talent, right? The only other most important thing is the team. Here's the thing. In the beginning, there's always no money. Nobody has anything.
Yeah, true.
You the artist, you don't have money. Me the manager, I don't have money. So now we go around and we go and find somebody that has money.
Yeah.
Right? And the person comes in. But before this person came in, the reason why I was, with you in the beginning was because I have love for you as an artist.
Yeah.
I believe in you. Right? It means that I would, without money, without being paid, without anything, I would go to the ends of the earth
for you. Oh.
That is one thing most people will always forget. This person was with you in the very beginning, even if the person doesn't really know so much.
But the person was able to
keep him around. Just, you understand where I'm coming from? He will learn on the job. Nobody, I tell you freely, nobody can open their mouth and say right now that they knew everything in the beginning.
Yeah, sure.
Everybody learned on the job. You learned what not to do and what to do. And whilst you are there, the difference between you and the new manager or somebody that's a new A&R is are the opportunities that you already have available to you. You can walk into rooms.
Yeah.
Do you understand? You can meet people that are much more knowledgeable than you are.
Yeah.
They will tell you things. You will learn things. You would have access to different contacts. The other person that has not gotten there yet doesn't have access to any of those things.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if his artist blows up, those contacts that you have access to, they would by themselves reach out to him because he has access to the new next big thing on the one end. But the most important thing is the team. It is the most important thing. Now you now start to talk about once you have the key components being your manager has to just have your best interest at heart because it will make or break the entire conversation. Majority of artists don't know anything. I'm telling you for a fact, you don't know how they put the music on the DSPs.
Yeah.
They just, is it up there? You know where I'm coming from? But the one thing that most of these my guys basically have in common is the passion to I just want to be there. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I just know that we're going there together. There is no decision basically that is made that is not collectively agreed on.
Yeah. Okay, that's important.
If we are outside now, for example, and he says something, even if I don't know anything about it, I'll say, yeah, definitely. That's exactly what it is. When we go back, we can have that conversation amongst ourselves. However, everybody agrees whenever we're outside. Everybody comes to a conclusion. If we're going to take a decision, basically, it's not one person. it's everybody. So it really, really, really boils down to the team. But I tell you freely, I don't want to get into that, but I'll tell you freely, it starts to change once there's a new dynamic in. Because I tell you, see, one thing, there's a shit ton of money. Pardon my French.
Oh, wow.
But there is a shit ton of money in music.
Okay.
And that changes a whole lot of things. It's easy for people to just forget that, just a few months ago, a year ago, we literally did not have anything. In fact, we had to beg for interviews. We had to beg for this, beg for that. We had to pay for this, pay for that.
Yeah.
But the team is the single most important part of
All right.
Any artist.
Thank you so much, Cheesy, for the insight. We wish I had so much more time.
Yeah, there's still a lot.
Yeah, to really dig deep into the conversation, because your experience is definitely something that artists can learn from, especially the up and coming artists, so that they don't get bamboozled in the very cutthroat music industry, especially here in Nigeria.
The cutthroat music industry. Okay, thank you very much once again for your time and the inconvenience of getting here as well. We appreciate it. And that's a wrap for today on Show Business. Don't forget, it's regularly or usually 10 a.m. to 11 a.m.
Yeah.
All right. Antoinette is already here. She's ready for Isle Express. So stay tuned for that. There's a lot she has in store for you. And in the meantime, this is OmoBea signing out, saying have a lovely weekend.
That's right. Big Daddy and MoyoLagos saying arrivederci. We'll see you next week, Monday through Friday from 5 a.m. to 11 a.m. as usual.
This is Wizkid featuring Brent Fires with Piece of My Heart.
The Isle 95.9.